So today I am doing a shed visit with my good friends Gary Taylor and Becky Long. This involves a ferry journey and a 2-hour car journey from Bristol to Southampton to make my way to their shed.
Hello there, my name's Gary Taylor. I live on the Isle of Wight. I have been breeding pink-eyed Goldens for a number of years now, nigh on 10 years, and pink-eyed creams for the last 4.5 years, I think, now with my partner Rebecca Long.
Gary and Becky also have a third member of their team, Toby. He's always there bringing the carrots down in the food and helping them out in the shed. He's such a playful dog and absolutely brilliant. Big part of the team.
Right then, so Gary, thanks for having me in your shed. It's been brilliant. I had a lovely breakfast and been around your stud today and seen some lovely pigs.
Thank you very much.
So let's answer a few questions, I suppose. And how did you get started in all this?
13 years old, I think it was. My mother brought me a pink-eyed white. From RSPCA it was. She brought me as a pet, and one thing led to another. She said a few months later, said if I could breed them. I had pets like everybody else started over a number of years. Ended up having a stud of South Blacks from a lady called Jane Jackman of Serendipity Stud. Nothing into the cavie fancy at that point. It wasn't until about until after I left college when I was a plumber. I finished my training that I decided I wanted a hobby, and I thought I'm going to go and try and find the Cavies magazine, because I knew there was one, but I'd never had it before, but I knew there was one, and couldn't find it for love nor money. I was looking in W.H. Smith's of all places, if I'm honest. But anyway, one thing led to another. I was on holiday and I decided I was going to go for some Himalayans. It was chocolate Himalayans it was, and from Ted Brearley's line.
And subsequently, that's how we met.
Correct, yes.
When you decided you didn't need them anymore, and
that's it. It gave up. Gave you the whole stud.
Gave you the whole stud.
I believe that was at Birmingham. I believe it was a Birmingham.
Yeah, it was at Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham Cavie Club, and that started me on the track of that, which was continuing on the breed that my granddad created back in the 60s. So, it went full circle really, so that was really good.
Decided to go into Goldens then, pink-eyed Goldens that was, not dark-eyed Goldens. I'd had some pigs from David Alton, and which my line is now originates from David Alton. There's a couple of Frank Clark in there. When obviously Frank came up. I believe that's quite possibly all that's actually ever in the stud. I can trace it right back to David's, and David's right back past them, David's line.
So in your shed you've got lots of pictures hanging of past cavies. If you just want to talk me through who they are.
Yeah, of course. This is where it all started. The two brothers, there were 4 brothers in total. These were bred by David Alton. The one on the left is what I call David 1. The second one was Lord Alton, bred by David Alton. I went on to then breed Desert King, which is the one with the rosette, who did a number of winning for me, including the adult stock show at Oswald Street. His daughter then is in the next photograph, Desert Storm. I believe she's run a record 16 best in shows, and she's won the adult stock show 2 years on the trot. She won every English South major show in 12 months.
I've been beaten by this pig many a time, and I've also had the the pleasure of judging her as a real champion pig, always prepared to the minute by Becky, and an absolute pleasure.
Gary and Becky have also had lots of success with their 2 pink-eyed cream sows, Apache and Vanity, both of which have recorded many best-sell awards at high shows.
Brilliant. So you've had a very successful career showing the Goldens and the creams, and as we've seen it in all the photos. You're also a judge.
Yes.
So who do you judge for?
The English South, English South Cavie Club, the National Cavie Club. I'm on the WAF Cavie Club, and I do believe on National Himalayan Cavie Club as well.
Yeah, you're still on the National Himalayan panel.
Yeah,
Very good Himalayan. So you judge all over the country?
Yes. obviously it's a little bit difficult being down on the Isle of Wight if they want you to go right up north. But yes, it's we're not fussed. We go anywhere.
Where's your favourite place to judge?
Probably have to say Real London.
It's a real honour to judge at the Real London show.
Yeah.
It's a very big show. And they do a very good lunch.
They do.
Very important for any judge.
Yes, definitely. Definitely for me anyway.
So most people know you for Pink-Eyed Goldens because you've been very successful over the years. Had lots of success with the Pink-Eyed Cream.
Yes.
And I think you've managed to have a real impact on the breed. Do you want to tell me some of your more memorable wins you've had with the Pink-Eyed Creams?
The Pink-Eyed Cream, I would say the reserve besting show at the Southwest Championship show, making the Pink-Eyed Cream up to a champion was quite an honour as well.
Yeah.
It's a breed I really do like.
You've also been English self-champion
yes.
breeder of the year, which is good. Very tough competition when you won that, is down to the wire.
Yes, there's a lot of good competition with the Pink-Eyed Cream, if I'm honest. So.
Is the Pink-Eyed Queen widely available?
There are some dedicated Pink-Eyed Cream breeders. To name but a few, would be Jan and Ollie,
Yeah.
Lily and George Leet, David
Yeah,
Drake.
very good.
David Drake has got quite a few.
There's quite a few up-and-coming people as well, aren't there,
Some-
who's taken up the breed recently? as
Yes,
well.
I've noticed a lot on Facebook. There's quite a few people.
But no, it bodes well for them, and they're starting to compete now in the open classes
Yes.
against all breeds, which
yeah,
is
quite rightly so.
which is great.
They're a stunning breed. They really are. The type on them, I believe, is phenomenal, and a good one really stands out from the crowd. It really does. And you can learn to appreciate a decent one.
Yeah. Right, Gary, your cages are a little bit different to everyone else's. They're open pens. Do you want to just walk us through why you've gone for this method?
Yeah, this sort of style I saw a few years ago on another breeder's setup, David Alton. The only difference with mine over theirs is that I've got dividers, and what I tend to do is when the boar is ready to come out, he'll go into what I call the holding pen, or likewise, if a sow's ready to litter and the others aren't, I'll put them into the nest, what I call the holding pen or the nesting pen. They'll litter in peace. They haven't got the other pigs running around all over the baby, especially the first time mums. Last thing you want is to lose a baby because there's other pigs being trampled on.
So you keep your pigs in family groups?
Correct, yes. Like I said, the pigs are in the top pen breeding. When they've littered and the pigs have grown on, usually about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the size of them, I separate them. I have boars on the left and sows on the right. What I tend to do then is I leave them this pen to grow on for a couple of months until I work out what I like the look of. When I do, then they move into if they're potential show pigs, they move into the show pen. If they're breeding pigs, they stay in here until they're ready to breed. And then what happens with these is the sows will then move into the top pen, and the older sows, once they will be moved into a separate pen.
You've identified potential show pigs. What do you do with them then?
Well, they will then move from from the Goldens will move from their lower pens into these pens. Now, what I tend to do is that during the stages of them growing on from when they move over to adulthood, they will move up the scale. So if they become better than what I think, they'll move up a tier. So essentially my adults will always remain on the top, and likewise in the age groups.
So you always know where your best pigs are in the shed?
Top pens.
Yeah, that's really good. It makes things very simple, so you know the first pigs you see when you come in. So thank you once again for having me over in your shed. It's been an absolute pleasure to rummage around all your cages and see how you do things.
Thank you very much, Greg. I really do appreciate you coming over, taking a look at the pigs, and for everything you said about them. It's been very nice to do this, and I hope it has helped somebody anyway. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed this type of video with the shed visits. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and send me your comments in the Facebook group Guinea Pigs with Greg. Cheers.